All right, hello. Oh, here we are. I was working last night on a D11. Let's go take a look at that. So a lot of the mining machines don't have much use in game. A lot of the mining machines, like for example graders and bulldozers, are used to keep the roads in repair, water trucks, stuff like that. So I don't have much use for that stuff. But we do end up having to climb up some pretty steep-ass hills, and so I wanted a bulldozer, and I was trying to figure out what we could use the bulldozer for, and I think we can use it for helping to get things up and down hills. So I made this D11. How's it going there? The Seaboard is 69. How are you? Hello. So I made a D11. I've been working on this a couple days. Finally, just did put some detail and work on it, but have a bulldozer. This will help us get up and down hills. So, that's going to be mainly its job. Might put a ripper in there just for visuals, but probably put a winch of some sort on there. But we have have this. I haven't played with tracks much generally in game, so I'm getting better at tracks and getting them set up. And I think some of my track stuff is counterproductive, so probably be working on fixing some of that. Let's not drive over the dog and give him massive disastrous injuries. But there's the D11, so this should help pull things up and down hills. So, how's it going there, Rasmus? So as people get stuck, the D11 can come out with the add-on likely and help to get people up and down these hills. Trying to remember which my controls are for that. There we go. I don't know where the dog is. Trying not to drive over the dog. I don't know where he went. Hopefully he's not under the tracks at the moment. Nope. He's over in the corner. I see him. So there's a D11 for that purpose. So probably working this for a little bit. Let me know, guys, if the music's too loud, too quiet, whatever. Get the vacuum coming into myself, so I won't be able to tell. I need to find some D11 pictures. But pretty happy with it so far. I'll grab some pics here and we can take a look. So that's kind of what we're looking at. I think it turned out pretty good for how it's how I want it. Needs stacks, needs some air intakes. Don't know what I'm gonna put in the rear yet. A lot of them have rippers. Doesn't really need a ripper. We'll figure something out here. It's a ripper. Ripper. But I think we're going to use it for mostly just helping to pull things up and down the hills. I've seen them with winches before. Yeah, like here's a bulldozer with a winch on it. Yeah, sometimes they use them for logging, sometimes they use them for hills. You can see there's one with a winch on it right there. There's a D10R with a winch. They'll probably end up getting a winch. A lot of winching systems on there. Yeah, something like that likely is what we'll get. Yep, always drive around the puppies. Don't want to crush them. Yeah, so probably put a winch on it. What was I looking at? I meant to look at the hood. Yeah. There's a good top pick. I'm trying to find paint work here. Okay, this one. Okay, I like that. That's better. I need some contrast color, so what I think we'll do is we'll do this. Bucket that. Like that, probably. And then on the front, not, I think we'll get it as well. Yeah, we like that. Oh, sent me into space there, guy. Jump on these tracks and get up there. Yeah, I don't know if I like the dark color on the hood. I might do an outline instead. I don't know. Maybe do something like this. It's like, I don't know. I'm going to change the interior color. That's part of the issue, is the interior color is all that dark color, so it kind of blends right in. Might do something like that. Alright, so let's save this for now, and then I want to work on the tracks on something else. Save it on the backup one here. I want to work on the tracks on some of the other ones. Where the hell's the other D11? There it is, right here. Because the my current tracks are not great. I was hoping that adding more drive wheels were going to help, but it seems like a massive hindrance. So I think what I'm going to do is change that up on some of these other builds. See if I can get them to run a little bit better, because I think it's only reading one of these anyway. So actually doing it. So play with the tracks on this one. I think I'm going to go down to 1. And then I think what I'm going to do is damn it. Stand by, guys. I got a vacuum trying to suck up everything directly underneath me. Absolutely obnoxious. All right, there we go. Perfect. All right, so I think I'm going to redo these tracks a little bit. Might cut out some of the center section. I don't know. Vacuum cleaners. It's really annoying me. All right, now I can reroute that. Stand by 1 sec. Get this F-word vacuum cleaner out of here. It's really being obnoxious. Alright. Does not go where the dirt does. It just goes where I have things that I can suck up, and then it aggravates me for the next 20 minutes. Alright, let's get this fixed. We're going to put in a new drive system on this. Probably do the rope shovel as well. Trying a bunch of different setups. I haven't played with tracks all that much, so. I don't really care about tanks or any of that war business, so I don't really play with that too much, but the civilian stuff I do like, so. Right, there we go, let's paint. Then I'll regrip. So the other thing too, I think has been counterproductive I've been gripping all the other wheels, which it helps with braking, but then it causes problems with, actually, it's not helping to drive it, and that's kind of one of my issues. So I'm trying to get these to drive better. And so I think what I'll do is I'm going to put one set of drive axles. Might just do one set. Let's try with one set, see how the performance is. All right, Let's try one set of drive axles. And let's get these set up. So let's go to 99. Oh, stop flicking. As I found on the D11, I was able to really grip up the tires this way. So let's try that. Let's save that. Let's find the grip. There we go. So there should be 2 of these. And so I was able to grip the D11 up to 15. So let's try that. All right, so there, did 2, save that. And then I think I'm going to try to do the wheels ungripped. Well, not ungripped, but gripped to a normal rate because, you know, I really just need the drives. It's kind of, I'm trying to figure out how the system works. And it's actually, you know, at first I thought the wheels might be actually giving some driving force, but I don't believe they are, so. Let's try that. See how that behaves. So it should have a lot less resistance as you grip up all the tires too, or the wheels, or whatever you want to call them. It is adding a lot more resistance. So. Yeah, it was kind of something new I was doing with 2 sprockets. I don't think it's working. It's just, it's spinning them. I kind of figured that wasn't doing anything useful. Oh shit, I use spacebar for... That sucks. I can't use spacebar for the horn. I have to fix that. I accidentally used spacebar for the horn. Well, I went for spacebar now. 1, 3, let's make it 2. The horn. Alright, that's that then, and then I think this should be good. Let's get the brakes on. Yeah, I've tried them anyways, you know. Usually they have 1 sprocket. I was seeing if multiple sprockets would make them more powerful, but it does not. It just doesn't do anything, so. It's kind of a test, and then it was working, just not great, and so I kind of left it. It was something I didn't want to dig into too much now. Now that we pretty much have the mining vehicles and they're working pretty well, I figure we can dig into them, improve. All right, let's double check the drive mode on this. Still should be spacebar. Yep, okay. Hopefully my migraine doesn't come back. I had a migraine yesterday, which was fantastic. Got a little... Still hanging around from last night. Okay, there we go. Alright, this is behaving better. Yeah, I think the other sprocket was just causing problems. Much as I thought it was a cool idea, it just wasn't being helpful. Alright, so let's save that. Let's do the rope shovel, and then I'll bring them both up to the mine and just run them up the hill. Fully did though. Go. Why am I running around that way? Let's get rid of everything I don't need here. What is that about? Can't see shit. Yeah, can't see shit. Alright, there we go. Simplify this as well. It's going like much further than it needs to. There. Let's see where the wheel is. I might try to see how these wheels are gonna fit in. Oh, come on, give me the right thing, you scumbag. There we go. These are gonna be the high wheels there. That high. There's going to be one high. That's one high right there. Okay. Let's try to run. This, please. Thanks. Type T. Be a pipe T, does it? No, it does not. Where is everybody? It's awfully quiet in here. There's only 3. I'm not seeing the ping. Let me make sure I pinged. I believe I pinged. I did. Okay. Just checking. Sometimes I forget to send the ping out, so I just want to double check. Alright, so there's going to be a sprocket on the exterior tracks. Oh, freaking camera, stop bouncing about. Thank you. Let's fix this here. course you did, you scum. That now. Oh, those are recessed. Okay, those are recessed. All right. Measure. Can you just drag a measure line there, guy, and not be a pain in the ass? Thanks. Appreciate that. 8. Because that's got to be offset anyway. See how many it is off this hub. I've got this one pushed out. That one should be recessed in. Doesn't need to be recessed in, I guess. Yeah, it doesn't need to be recessed in, so let's not do it. Come on. Jesus Christ, camera. You're gonna really do it to me today, huh? Wow. Wow. That on the hub? Not on the hub, all right. Check the distance between these. 6, all right. Yes, you did. Yes, you did what? I don't know what you're talking about, Rasmus. I think, do I offset these? Push these out. Yes, yeah, I already checked it. Checking the gap. Checking the gap here. Yeah, that one's hitting, so I definitely want the gap more like this one. Alright. Fix that. See shit. Alright, there we go. Come on, camera. Let's not do this to me all day. I already have problems with this migraine. I don't need to deal with the camera making me nauseous. This one's the high one. That one's the high one, so let's see. There's the high one, and then can I put a low one in there? Right there. All right. Make sure I fixed all these sprockets. 99 and 99. 99. 99. All right. How the hell did I screw that up? Can't see, it's a problem. Get in line. There we go. Grip those up. Alright, that should be the rope shovel there. Okay, let's see. Should be 2 of those. 4 occurrences, nice. Save that. Alright, let's test it. I'm gonna be a little off today with this friggin' migraine. Still hanging around. Alright, so those are causing the problems there with too high a grip. I'll try knocking down the... Oh, see, one of these off. That'll happen with too high a grip. I was able to grip the D11 up that high, but this one's not liking it. So sometimes I can get away with dropping the track tension to fix that. Let's see if I can do that. But I was having to really limit these to a low grip because they were starting to do that. So sometimes you can get drop the track tension, and that'll fix it. That was 80. Nah, I don't. I was just gonna copy them, but I think I have to hook everything up again. So at this point, it's easier just to drag all the sliders. Oh, you know what it is too? I think some of these wheels are pre-gripped. Check this one here. I'll fix that one. The ones I left from before are pre-gripped, so that can cause problems. I'll try to just grip the sprockets, we'll see. And grips are kind of important working around the cliff edge, so I was trying to keep the grip the best I can. Which ones would have been this one here. Like that one. Alright. Alright, that fixed it. Dropping the track tension. Alright. We'll check, see if I screwed up the sprockets, but I don't know. I fucked this one up too with the horn. Let's fix that. Let's go 2 in the seat. See where I put the horn, right there. Horn. did I do the brakes? I did not. I did those. One thing I find is a lot of people are afraid to just, like, you know, touch a slider in game or change a value. Like, you gotta get comfortable with, like, changing a value and just, you know, testing things out, because it's like, I see a lot of people with the gyro, and they can't, my plane's flapping all around, and there's a bunch of sliders on there. Like, go test it out, slide the slider, see what it does. Does it fix it? Does it make it better? Does it make it worse? You know, that's how you find some of the stuff on your own, too. Nothing. That's not good. So I'm missing a connection, it looks like. Oh, there we go. Start moving now. It seems like they're not connected. The brakes are coming off. That's all that was. So, gotta be some sort of connection problem here. That's where I hook this up. Fill this hole too. What is that about? Okay, that's right where the motor is there. Okay. There we go. You know, your house isn't going to self-destruct if you touch something and change its setting. That's the free thing. That's the liberating thing of it being in a game, is you can, you know, afford to just make something and see if it's going to work or blow up or whatever it's going to do. You know, IRL, of course, you can't do that. You got to make, fuck off. You got to make sure it does it the first time, you know. In the game, you can do that, you know. That goes there. That's good. Check this one here. Goes in. All right, so there's something screwed up here. Probably the end here. I probably screwed this up here, which it looks like is what I did. Give me the delete key. Yeah, that's right there. That didn't get a T-piece. You know, good old trial and error is often the way to do these things. I am working on a bunch of builds. Working on the rope shovel, working on the D11, working on the 6040. I'm just going to go back through, playing with the tracks, getting them set up. More finalized version. All right, that's better. Let's go ahead and check the grip. All right, good. Let's save that. No, come on. All right. Let's go to the add-on. I'm going to run all these up the hill, make sure they all go up the hill fine. They were going all up the hill themselves fine before, so test again. But now that's kind of the D11's new job, is anything that needs help up the hill. Like Alistair was getting a little slippery on some of the hills, or like sometimes I was getting slippery. We can pop the D11 out and just help get people up hills. So D11 pulls this up the hill fine. $60-40, just because of, like, the way it looks, it naturally does not look that big. It looks... Alright, see if I can get the camera to not be a pain in the dick. There we go. It doesn't look that big because it's proportionally looks like any other excavator, and then you get it next to something that's absolutely enormous. Just enormous IRL as well. Oh, stop that. How's it going there, CG? Good to see you, CG. Glad you found it helpful there, Big Smoke. Hope you're enjoying the fishing update. That was a fun update, I think. So, hope you're enjoying it. I'm glad you found it helpful. So what's that? Oh, that's the other buzzer there. All right, let's check 2. All right, good. Just gonna run all this on infinite electricity. I don't really care about the engine right now. I just want to get these tested. So I'm just going up any random path. This was going up. Ooh, this is already slipping. So I'm gonna probably. What's up with this tire here? This tire. That's recessed. All right, that one needs to be fixed. That one's fucked up. That one's screwed up in the middle. Keep an eye on that. So it might have to grip up the wheels. Definitely it's not performing as well as it was before. So definitely the wheels probably need to be gripped up. Is that the same one? 3? It is. Okay, I need to change their position. That was, they used to be recessed more. I've got them more proud and sticking out now. So I got to deal with that. So let's run the 60-40 up, and then I'll pull the rope shovel later and fix that. So likely the wheels themselves are going to have to be gripped up. They are being moved by the track, so. Yeah, okay, good. So they're both slippery nightmares. So the wheels probably need to grab some grip. All right. Not sure how those relate to one another. It appears that's what needs. They were going up fine before, so I'll grip them all up. I should have done a stayed there. I can do it all in the... no, I do have to change some of them in the editor here, so we'll go over here and edit them. This one here. Come on, dude. Flicking the camera around 90 times a day is really, it gets so freaking old. It really does. I find it incredibly frustrating. There we go. Those should be good. Alright, let's find 18. Alright, that was 18. That looks like that's good. Open the 60-40. Fix all these. We got 1, 2, 3, 6, so it's going to be 12 total. That should change when I edit in the editor. Okay. Alright, I'm suspicious that one didn't get updated, so. 14 occurrences. Really 14? Jeez. I think how many wheels there were. Can't remember. Anyways. Even number's a good sign. 1, 2, 3. So the backs weren't done either? I didn't do the backs, I guess. Oh, I had not gripped this at all, apparently. Alright. It says 14. Alright, so I hadn't gripped this one at all. Alright, interesting. No wonder that didn't need track tension work. Alright, that looks good. Alright, let's go back to the add-on and we will test the hill again now that everything's gripped up. Didn't redo any wheels. How's it going there, Lone Rider? How are you? Hello, Florian. How are you? SV Jackal. Hello, hello. All right, let's go in there and let's get rid of display cap. All right. Let's go add-on editor and the 2 new objects. Yeah, that one's doing the squeal. Shit, I gotta fix that one. This one's not. What's going on? What is up with this now, too? See, having them the old way was working better. Yeah, the old way was working better. The hell? Something's up with the friggin' arm, too. What is up with the arm? Alright, I gotta check that out. And this one's squealing. So 15's likely too high. I had him on 3 or 4 last time. I don't know why that one's not squealing. I don't know why that one's having issues. Yeah, they were working better before. That's interesting. Alright, let's see what the hell's up with them. Literally, the tracks before were working better than the tracks are now, so. Let's get rid of this and make sure I have the right copy, too. Nothing for autopilot. It's just a heading hold. I haven't gone into heading holds or autopilots yet. I'm gonna do a heading hold. Actually, no, I have something. Let me see. Let me look. Duplicate that. See what I have for, I think part of the new player career build series, I think I did partly heading hold. Don't know off the top of my head, though. I think part of the new player career build series I put in the bearing panel. I think part of that I did a heading hold, so. But I'm not 100%. I'll have to let me check the video real quick, see. GPS navigation. No, I don't believe I've done a heading hold tutorial. I'll put that on my to-do list. Do that real quick, put it on my to-do list. If I can find where I've got the stuff. Alright, let me get that on my to-do list. Check this one out real quick, see what the hell's going on here. I over-gripped them by crazy amount. So I think I had like 3 or 4 last time, but the D11 I was able to grip up to 15 without a problem, so I don't know what the deal is with that. Working fine here. Get it over there, and it really didn't want to go up. Could put front rear sprockets, but wanted to test single sprockets. I had dual sprockets on all my tracks before, and they were performing better, so I don't know how the game is dealing with it, though. Okay. So that's the 6040. Check the files here. Okay, this didn't get gripped at all. Remember I was having this problem last time with this build? This is funky. Alright, let me close these down. Let's open it back up and see what the hell. Because it didn't grip it. Alright, so there's the 6040. It did not grip these at all. It still has it as 0.99. Alright, so it's showing there is 14 hits. There's 14 hits, 14 wheels. Okay. Let's replace. I want it with grip factor of 15. Replace all. 14 occurrences. Did I not save it? Find the next. None. Save. Okay. Let's open up the rope shovel. I don't like how this has duals here. I don't like that. Alright, let's close down the 6040. Let's close down everything for now. I'll open it back up, make sure the file's reading the right stuff. Did I grab the wrong file and not grab the XML? I don't know, man. That's reading 0.99 again. I think I'm saving extra files is the problem. No, it's doing doubles. It's doing duals here too. That's fucking weird, man. So this file is none. The other one is weird, man. Okay. Alright, so that should hopefully fix it. Okay, that one's good. So it's like it's open in the other file. That's weird. Okay. So that's why this one wasn't squealing when I went up to 15, which it should have been probably squealing when I went up to 15. It wasn't. Let's test this out. Alright, good. So that's squealing too much. That tells me that at least it worked. It changed the files out. Alright, good. So that at least tells me it changed the files out correctly, so that's friggin' odd, man. Let's close all these. Very odd. I don't like the way it's got these files out of order now. It's got these out of order. It's just bugging me. Here, let's open this up. That's the new one. Let's save it over the 6040. That will clear out the files. Let's open up this rope shovel. Grab this one, save it. Yeah, that'll clear out the files at least. Alright, that fixes it. Got these extraneous files. Does not make me happy. Because it should be this one to the right is the one I should be dealing with here. These dot backs are the backup files, so they'll go away eventually, but I don't like it having them there. I really don't. It's annoying. Let's see. Let's try going to 5s on these. Okay. Oh, I know 4s work. 5s might be too much. Let's go to 4s. 18 on that one, okay. 18. How many am I supposed to have on that rope shovel? I gotta count that one. Alright, let's try the hill with these now. These are all down to 4s. Actually, let's do them here first before I have to go back. Alright, so 4 is not causing squealing, which is what I had figured before. 4 was fine. If that's not causing squealing, we're able to turn still nicely. Alright, so let's go take these two to the hill, see what the grip of 4. 4 was fine last time. I was able to get these up the hill fine. That's all I really care about, is make sure they get up the hill. See you later there, Rasmus. Thanks for hanging out. Let me quickly check up on chat here. Hello, Alistair, also known as Soup54. Hello. Rock Goose, hello. How are you? Notepad++ there, CG. That's weird that it was making extra files, which makes me nervous. It's probably the backups, the way the game makes the backups, but I don't recall if I've ever seen it like that before, because usually I don't leave that open. I just deal with the one I'm dealing with, but it was making it so that, like, one version wasn't actually going to the game. I had to use the other one. It's weird. I wonder if when I saved it, I did that, and I accidentally saved the file wrong, but I thought I did save instead of save as, but maybe I did a save as, and it took off the XML on it. That's probably what it did. Actually, that makes sense. Alright, send the 6040 episode. They should all be gripped up to 4s now. Fuck me, dude. The old tracks were working better than these. Yeah, the old tracks were working better than these. I don't know, man. Cause I didn't like them. They're quad sprockets. But I might have to. The game doesn't like having quad sprockets, but it was also making it so that they were running better and they were going right up the hill. So I don't know what the deal is, man. I just slip sliding around. This one should have better time going up anyways. This has quad tracks on it, so. Right, that one looks fine so far. But I don't know what the hell the 6040 is doing down there, man. Like, literally, I had this go up the hill fine last time. And then, so I had I had 4 sprockets on there last time. And I redid them to be more realistic, and now it's behaving funky. But again, I've been having a problem with the XML trying to fix it. Yeah, the replace all is a good tool because, like, if I wanted to replace all of, for example, like, I have to use the slider to slide the track tension. If I do it in Notepad, I can replace all of it in one go, and I can make every wheel the same in one go. So instead, like, say I want to go to 85, I can just go to, it shows tire pressure in there. That's track tension, and then you could do all of them. What the hell is this 60? The 6040 feels like it's not even gripped. I don't know, man. Like the D11, I gripped up to 15, unless I didn't, and I thought I did. I'm just gonna let this run itself up the hill. I'm gonna go get coffee. Just let it run for a sec. That's weird, man. So I'm gonna put four sprockets on these. I'm gonna double check the grip on them because, like, literally the old ones were working better, and they're kind of a little bit weird and unconventional, but they were working better. So let's keep working on these. I'm gonna quad the sprockets. Think what's too fast? What do you mean? What do you think's too fast? So I'm gonna do quad sprockets again. Those work the best, I found. 'Cause I can't grip these tires up like I can grip up wheels. I can grip wheels up to infinity and beyond, but I can't do that really with tracks. You know, I had high sprockets last time. I think I'm just gonna go low sprockets on these. There we go. Just need to get the power down to the wheels. Camera work today is really brutal. It's not helping my headache out at all. There we go. Okay. Yeah, so I'm gonna go quad sprockets. You know, I do have this. I think I still have the old version saved, so I've got all that if I need it, but hopefully not have to deal with it. Those are lined up. Yeah, but it's very strange the way the file's working right now, where it does not want to save it. Right. Run into this issue yesterday. I'm just gonna open it fresh. Alright, so let's look. Should be no 15s. Should be... what are you talking? 14 hits on that. Okay. Should be more than that, though. Oh, Christ, come on. There we go. Alright, grip factor 4. Find all current documents. Got 14 hits. How many should we have? 1, 2, 3, 6, 12, 24. How is this so fucked up? That's the question. Here, I'm gonna do this. I gotta get this resolved here. I'm sick of working on it already. Okay. showing 14 hits at 4. Alright, being a pain in the ass. You gonna be a pain in the ass the whole time there, guy? I guess you are. Well, try to see what the rest are. Screw it. I'll go through them all. That one's still screwed up. Okay. That one could be the new one, too. Well, what would it be? Yeah, we're still short. Oh, Jesus Christ, dude. I'm gonna do that. Okay, find the next. I'll manually do them. That one needs to be fixed. How did this one get on something different? Should be 0.8. That one's not fixed. That one's not fixed. Should have had 4 that needed to be fixed, so I think that's the 4th one, but we'll see if there's more that are screwed up because the numbers aren't adding up right. That one should be 0.8. Alright, so let's see. Grip factor. Alright, so we have 18 hits. How many wheels should we have with that grip factor? Let's say 6. 1, 2, 3, 6. Should be 24. Something screwy. Should be 24. So likely I fucked up something else too here. Let's go through. I'm going to redo them all again. See, this one didn't... No, I didn't open it. Here, let's open it up. Yeah, let's do this. I'm just going to go through them all and fix them all. Okay, 0.99, 8, 0.99. So these... Yeah, those two we expect to be off. That one's at 70. That was one of the ones that was a problem child that I found in there. So those two were fine. That one was fine. That one's fine. That one's fine now. Right, so that was one of the problem childs there. Let's check that, check that, check that, check that. Okay, those are all good. I don't know how that one got to 70, but it did. Nice if the devs would just let us, like, I don't know, drag them up to 5 or something. Give us the option. Just makes it a hell of a lot easier. Alright, it should be good. Let's save that. Alright, let's check these. Why is it doing that? Buddy, go away. Cat, get out of here, please. Alright, so it says 22 hits. Why is there not 24 hits? That's what I need to know. Why is there not 24 hits? Count the wheels again. Oh, you know what? 22 is right. The electromotor. So we're getting 22 hits now. That's what we should be getting. Gotcha, gotcha, gotcha. Okay, good. Alright, so that's good. We'll copy this. And replace it with 4. Replace all. Okay. Find all and current documents. We want 22 hits. We got 22 hits. Thankfully. Done. Okay. Alright, that's done. I don't know why that was such a pain in the ass, but it really was. Alright, so now we gotta go back and I gotta fix the brake. And I gotta fix, make 2 on the port side. Yeah, 2 on the port side. Let's save that. Alright, good. So that's saved. Let's open it up again. Yes, reload it. Control F it again. Why is it? It's just picking random shit to put in here, too. That's being weird. Like, it's just adding whatever it highlights right off the bat. It's doing it. Alright, so we still have 22 hits, so that should be good. Alright, let's try to see if we can fix the 60-40 again. See what's wrong with 60-40. These look all good so far. I would double sprockets. Stand by. I got a double sprockets here. This one I left plumbed in, so that's convenient. Trying to find the drive system here. Drive system's a little different on this one. Right here. Okay. Make sure this is all plumbed correctly. It appears to be. Yep. Okay, that's good. And we'll just redo it. It's gonna be a hell of a lot easier to redo it than it is to keep trying to find which one's being donkey. Okay, let's go through them one by one. Just completely redo them. No need to redo them, but gives me peace of mind knowing that they're now fixed. Removes that process variable out of there. Okay, good. That should not be there. Okay, good. Let's replace all those. Take that. Should be 14 hits. 14 hits. All right, good. Save you. All right, let's go test these out. First, we'll just drop it here. Oh, don't do that. Stop, stop, and go back. There we go. All right. That looks fine. All right, let's go ahead and let's recall this real quick, and then I'll go test them going up the hill again. So these should be the same as they were before when they were working well. They have 4 sprockets, just a different design, and they're gripped up to 4 again. If I was going over 4, it was causing the tires to just squeal, or the tracks to squeal, so it was too much. You know, the drive system has not changed. That's why, like, you know, the drive system's the same as the systems that worked, so that's why that's not getting changed. Is I know I have a copy of these that work well. I'm just trying to redo the tracks so they a little bit different. Oh, stop that. Come on, man. Okay, that was the right one. It was just did the grab the autosave instead of the other one. Let's try to send the 6040 up. Alright, so that's at 4. I can't... I've tried 5. 5 is too high. 5 causes squealing. So... So, you know, I definitely think the more sprockets, the more power you're going to get, because it's... The way I think the game is simulated is essentially like a tire. So the sprockets are like powered tires. The unpowered wheels are like unpowered wheels. And so, essentially, you need the sprockets to actually, turn your grip into any sort of, climbing force. This is like a four-wheeled truck, essentially. So, when I went down to 2 wheels, it just wasn't enough actual power in it. So, I couldn't double the grip on the tires, because it would squeal. And so, I needed that extra set of sprockets. The other tires, they're not really... They're adding resistive force. I don't know why they're not spinning. This one's spinning up. Oh, okay, because this is running it as though it's all off the top. This is weird to me. But, yeah, I think the other wheels are good for grip, like sliding sideways or something, like an unpowered tire. But they're not actually giving me any propulsion force. So, frankly, like, if I was... one thing I could do is... cut down some of the grip on some of those unpowered wheels, which would reduce resistance. That's something I could theoretically do if I needed to, but I think we're going to be fine. 4 sprockets and a grip of 4 was working for... Okay, this one's fucked now. Why are you not doing it? This one, unless this one didn't grip up properly. I can't even tell right now what this fucking thing's doing. I don't know what this is doing. Gotta go play with that one again. I'm kind of sick of working on these. Yeah, see, they were working better before with the old system. I don't know what the fucking deal is. So I try to make them quote unquote more realistic, but again, that's not the point. I couldn't need them working, you know. You know, like it's intriguing me that if you look at the wheels, and now they're all rolling. Okay. I think some of this stuff is visual, too. It doesn't actually do anything. It's just visual. Like, now the wheels are spinning. Just the uppers were moving before. It's kind of weird. I don't know what's up with the rope shovel at the moment. Alright. Yeah, I know why they had the wheels. I think they're ugly too. That's why I don't do it. Well, the thing is, I know I have working versions of these. You know. And so, I don't know why I got into this project of redoing the tracks, but I have working versions of these tracks on, some of the older versions have better working tracks, so I can just go to those if need be. I'll move on here in a second. But like these were the old tracks. Let me see. These were the old tracks right there. So that was, what is that, 512? That's 2 days ago. These tracks work fine. They have 4 sprockets, but on the upper side. And then they have the rest of the wheels. This one climbs up that hill, no problem. So like if I were to, here, let's quickly... And the rope shovel here. Right here, this one. See, these are gripped up to 4s, have 4. So the orientation is being ballsy. So I don't know. Well, screw that later. I'm not looking to do that all friggin' day now. So the thing is, the wheels help because you can spam powered wheels. These wheels here are not powered. And so, like, at most here, I'm able to, if I can do, you know, the 4 sprockets, I've got 4 powered wheels moving it. With a land vehicle, I can put a lot more wheels, so that's why this has double tracks. Well, I'll figure it out. I had, again, this version works, goes right up the hill. The other version's not. You know, like this has 80 and a 4-grip on it. 84 grip all the way through, so I don't know what the deal is. I'll have to play with it. I haven't changed anything else. I haven't changed drive systems or anything, so I'll have to play with it later. But the D11 is also going to be used for for dragging stuff up the hill. Let me check the D11 real quick in Notepad and see what the D11 is doing here. Yeah, so I have the D11 gripped up to 15. And I can't grip these up because they start squealing. So I'm curious why that is. But, yeah. Interesting. Alright, let's see what we want to work on here. Could do a little more on the D11 here. Could put a winch on here. I'm trying to think what I want to do. I'll keep working on those tracks, see what I can do here. That's what I'll do. The D11 I got up to 15. The other ones don't like that at all, so got it flustered here for a second. Figure it out. Alright, here's a 6040. Let's save that again. I'll open it fresh in Notepad, trying to keep from accidentally screwing this up. I'm getting these extra files, which are kind of bugging me. I'm going to make a quick copy and try to... I'm going to make a quick copy of these files anyway. Let's do that. Again, I recommend backing all this stuff up. I always do lots of backups. I'm up to like 168 backups on this stuff. I keep hearing horror stories of people who, one, assume that the game has cloud storage. Again, your files are too big for that. You know, there are games that like save your save file. Your save file tends to be pretty small. Your save file is like megabytes. And your vehicle folder is gigabytes. Like mine is like 1.6 gigabytes for my save file. So again, you don't get anything for free in life. People think that, oh, well, you know, what a kind company that's giving me cloud storage for free. No, they're stealing your data. That's what they're doing, is they're taking your data and selling it. That's how they can afford to give it to you for quote-unquote free. You know, they're not doing it out of the kindness of their heart. They're stealing your data, you know, and that's the cost of having that storage. So it's best to store files locally anyways. You know, they're yours, they're on your thing. You know, if somebody hacks all your files, you'd be annoyed. You know, you get some players who come in here, they assume that all the stuff in stormworks is cloud storage. No, man. It's local storage like it was for the vast majority of time. It's local storage, so back it up yourself. I back up every couple days at the most. And then if, boom, something happens, I lose everything. I don't lose everything. I lose something, you know. I could put suspension on tracks if I want. Yeah, but why would I want to? Yeah, I have no desire to put suspension on there. Like, I have the older versions of these go up the hill fine. I'm just trying to redo the tracks. I'm trying to see how high I can get these to grip up. That's part of the issue, too. I'm trying to grip them up. So I'm just waiting for that file to back up because it's leaving me these junk files that I'm kind of annoyed with, and I want to delete some of them out. And I'm going to resave them because it's double saving some of the XML files. And I don't know which one it opens, so I've been having to edit both of them at the same time, and that's obnoxious. I think it's the backup file that's doing the backups. But it's being annoying, so I'm just waiting for this to completely back up all my files, and then I'm going to delete a couple on these. You know, that way if I screw something up, we're good to go, you know? I can just go back and roll the backup. But again, keep hearing all these horror stories of people having issues with losing all their files. You know, it's got to do backups. Yep. Portable hard drives are cheap. Get a portable hard drive. I've got one plugged into my keyboard USB port. And I just go in there when I need it and grab it. All right, let's see. All right, so I'm going to delete all the stuff for the 6040. Alright, so those are all deleted, and now I'm going to come in the game. I'm going to save it. Alright. So now, hopefully I can open that up. Alright. So now that should be hopefully done. Alright, so we have grip factor 4, find all in current document. We have 14 hits, that's correct. Alright, let's try gripping this up as high as we can. So let's start that. So, alright, grip factor 4. Let's go up to 5. Alright, so 14 occurrences of grip factor 5. Alright. So I want to keep gripping them up until those tracks squeal when I try to move. So that means the grip is too high. Alright, no issues with 5. Okay, let's try going up from there. Let's go 6. All right, save that. Let's open it up. Check 6. You know, as you do this, you're going to have to probably decrease track tension. My track tension's down to 80%, so I find that, like, if you get the wheels squealing when they're gripped up, if you drop the track tension, that helps. All right, so 6 is still working. Go up some more. Let's try 8. All right, 14 hits, so we're good. We got them all on that one. Able to get 15 on the D11, so. But again, that's different setup on track, so. All right, there we go. Starting to squeal on 8. So let's try. So this is what will happen if it gets too much. Let's try 7. So. All right, 14 hits. So we know 6 works. 8 is too high. Let's try 7. 7 is too high. 6 is our number. If 7 works, we can stay with 7, but 8's too high. So. All right, so 7 looks like it's working. All right, let's make sure all the brakes are hooked up correctly. All right, so let's go to the rope shovel. I'm gonna do the same thing I did with the rope shovel that I did. So I've got my backup files done. So I want to open the rope shovel. Right, open it and don't save over something. All right, so there's the latest rope shovel. All right, so I'm gonna leave that open, then I'm gonna futz with my files here. So this is the problem, is making these duplicates I don't care for. So what I'm gonna do is all these rope shovel, new arm, rope, see how it's making all these backups? I don't like that. Rope shovel, new arm, backup, delete those. All right, now I'm gonna go back to the game. I'll save this. Rope, shovel. Let's name it something unique. What's the date? 14. All right, so that's saved now, so that should be in my files. All right, right here. All right. No. No. Go away. All right, I'm gonna open it fresh. All right, so here it is. Let's go ahead and search this for what? Let's do grip factor, see where I can find it. We're at 4s now. Okay, so let's copy that. So we have 22 hits. That's what we expect. Let's find the replace. Let's replace them with 7. Okay. Let's find the 7. We have 22 hits at 7. So let's try that. Save that. All right, that's saved. Let's open the rope shovel. All right. So 7 worked on the 60/40. Let's see if 7 works on this. Okay, this one I think I disconnected the drive system because that was rolling all the way back. So I gotta find the friggin' error with the drive system here. Likely I screwed up the connection right here, so. I bet you I know where it is. Let's see. See, right here, I bet I screwed up. Oh, come on. It's such a pain in the ass to get in the build sometimes and look. Especially when it's highlighting shit. Alright, let's see, where are you there? Alright, you're going up. Okay, that's right there. That's where it got screwed up right there. Alright, perfect. I fucked this up right there. Alright. I will fix it. Right there, screwed up. So this needs to then go. That's why it was completely not working. I figured it's something like this if that was the issue. Alright, Alright, so that will then go, let's path it out real quick, so that will go up. I hate that the slow command is different on these. Alright, so that's going through, it's going up, gearbox, 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 back into the track. That should be a T-piece, perfect. Alright, so that should be fixed. Let's test the drive system out. We'll send them up the hill again. Hopefully they'll go up the hill fine. This can go away. I don't think I had fucking symmetry on. I don't know. Did I have symmetry on? I did. What's up now? It's all torn to shit, so I certainly had it on. Check it real quick here. I hated how the slow mode's different in game and in here. I should see if there's a keybind I can fuck with. There it is right there. Alright, goes up. That's looks good. Going through, going through, going through, going through, coming over here. T-piece, that looks good. Alright, so let me see what's up. Oh, come on, man. Being a pain in the ass, it really is. Alright. I might have screwed up a gearbox or something, but I'm not able to, like, my right track is being very anemic. Something's up with my right track still. Let's see what's up with my right track. Right track is being donkey lips. Oh, what the hell? Check you. That's connected fine. That's connected fine there. I don't know why I'm running off the top there. But I am. Doesn't really matter. See where you're going in there. You're going in there fine. You are okay. That goes in there fine. Let me double check that. Yep, that's hooked. It's this right track's having problems. I really don't want to cut it again. Screw it. Be a pain in the ass. We'll just do this. We know the left track's working better than the right track is. Oh, I know what it was. I know what it was. When I cut the right track last time, I forgot the motor is attached there, so I forgot to hook the motor back up. That's what it is. Right here. Where is it? Motor, motor, motor. Where are you, motor? Starboard track motor. I never rehooked the starboard track motor. The 6040, the two motors are inside the hub. On this one, the two motors are in the tracks themselves, so I forgot to hook that up. That would be what caused that problem. Alright, good. So that's figured out. Alright, let's spawn that. I was wondering, that didn't make any sense to me, and now it does. So that's perfect. All right. There it is. Alright. Because we had no drive on that right side. It felt like we had no drive on the right side is because the motor was not getting fed. All right, there we go. So 7 seems like on this setup, 7's going to be the best. Now, we probably could go higher if I decrease the track tension more, but I'd rather not, so. All right, that seems pretty good now. Let's get rid of that this friggin' sound block here. I keep meaning to delete. Let's save that. Let's try putting them up the hill again. Last hill test was due to the fact that I didn't have the drive system hooked up at all. That's why this one was not working. You can make some really super efficient hybrids and diesel electric systems. I've got some myself. It's kind of fun that, you know, you can have a bunch of different systems. That's like, for example, if you guys remember a while ago, I was building that kind of Chinook-style tandem helicopter, and I needed a car that could fit in it. So I made one, and because it was such a small car, I couldn't fit in both the transmission and the transmission microcontroller, so I ended up making it a diesel electric system. And it's super efficient and very compact. So it's nice every once in a while to do some of that stuff just for, you know, get them nice and compact. Stop that, please. Come on. And send these up the hill. So these both went up the hill before with the old system. They should be, they should pretty much have parity at this point. They should. That's the thing. Because they're gripped up to 7 now, so they have or exceed the grip they had before. And the other factor is the 4 drive wheels. You know, my hypothesis is that the drive wheels on these are essentially, they're like regular powered wheels, and the other wheels are like just dummy tag axles. And so, you know, by increasing the number of sprockets you have, it's like increasing the drive wheels you have. And so going to 4 here was what I had before, and that worked. You go to a lower number. I tried 2s. 2s weren't going to work. It's like cutting your drive wheels down. And then, you know, it's not like a real track. The real track, you're essentially rolling over your track. It's not really doing that in game. You know, and you can kind of tell that too, but if you look at the files, track tension says tire pressure. It's the same type of mechanic. All right, we're moving forward now, so it's good when your drive system's connected. But that looks much better. You know, you can see how, like, if we went to 8, 8's just not going to work at all. 7 is working well, so. Let's see, with medium, large size vehicles should be fine. Probably not for small ones. What do you mean? Oh, what do you mean? Can't stream? I don't know what you're talking about. '64 is about to get asked here, real quick. Yeah, the rope shovel has 4 tracks, so that's why it can make it up. It's got, you know, it's got 8 drive wheels essentially. So again, that's kind of why I built the D11. The D11's job is to help drag things up hills. So, did he both comments? Okay, I'll catch up and see what he's. I didn't get a chance to read through all of them. I thought I had caught up. Guess not. Let me catch up. But yeah. Yeah, there's some weird things going on with brakes. I think they either quietly screwed with some brake stuff or something. So these are fine. These both made it up. The 6040 was spinning, but that's what the D11's for. I like to shorten the track base on the 6040 maybe, but I don't know. I think they're all right the way they are. All right, so good. I've got 2 working versions. So 7 is the max track I was able grip I was able to get on these tracks. All right, so I'm content with those. We can get off of those. Because I literally I had all this working fine, and then I decided to rip them apart again and work on them again. And so I had to put them back together. Yeah, there's something weird going on with brakes and wheels. They're rocking back and forth. I don't know what the dealio is with that. Like, really, like, you could probably fix it with a system like my tractors are doing that. So, like, a system you could probably put into place is where when the speed is less than, say, I don't know, 1 meter, I don't know, half meter per second, it would automatically release the brakes. So, like, if brakes pressed and less than 1 meter, so for brake application, it'd have to be, you know, brakes plus speed greater than 0.5 meters per second. And then that way, because it's like there is rocking IRL, as, you know, you stop it, the momentum kind of rocks the suspension of the vehicle forward, and then it returns. But I think that's kind of what's happening. You know, so you could do something where if you're slow enough, it essentially releases the brakes. I would love to have hydrostatic. Automatic transmission, ugh. I got you. All right, I just caught up comments there. All right, so I'll just quickly show you guys. I haven't really used this truck. I haven't really gone back to this helicopter. The plan is I'll get back into some of the career build series live here in a little while. You know, a lot of work trying to get some of this stuff set up. I want to make sure we have all the vehicles for multiplayer, but I wanted to wait for fishing to come out before I went ahead and went back to the career build series because I need to make a new save for it anyway. Let me see. All right, so this is my hybrid car. This is nice and tiny, and so because it's so small, I don't have space for both the transmission microcontroller and the transmission. But this thing is massively fuel efficient. Press 6 to start the engine, 6 is reverse. So like this thing is diesel electric. So it's just a generator to pump it up, and it barely needs to, like, you see the tack is barely up there. It's at like 4 RPS. This is doing 93, that's gotta be, I don't know, that could be, no, it's not meters per second. It's gotta be 93 miles an hour. You see it's keeping the battery pretty well charged up, so it's fast and it's super efficient. Like this has like 1, maybe 2 little tanks, I think. And it's massively efficient for what it does. The whole reason it's so small is to fit in helicopters, so you could go on Tethys. So I can go in the helicopter, one of the helicopters that fits on Tethys, so yeah, that's why it doesn't have a proper transmission. Okay, I never jumped out of the seat. I thought I pressed F, I didn't. Okay, migraine's killing me. Yeah, yep, that's on the to-do list for all the challenge winners, is to do that when I get back in the career build series. I'm gonna take a quick coffee break and use the facilities, and then I'll figure out what we want to work on. Alright, I have returned. Hello, Citrus. Where you been, Citrus? Hello, Dutch truck guy. How are you? Good to see you. Alrighty. So, I think those vehicles are in good shape. Let's look at the D11 a little bit, see if I want to do a little bit more on the D11. If I find my cursor. Yeah, the D11 has... I think the tracks are gripped up to... like 15, something like that. So, let me see. I want to quickly just go check the rope shovel again. You know, I'm a little nervous. I've been deleted a bunch of those duplicate files. I want to spawn it and make sure it comes up fine. There it is right there. So it came up fine. It was just looking weird. It came up initially over there on the other base, but so it's funny the D11 was just a purple box, and then like the nice thing is some of these like construction builds need very minimal detailing because they're pretty boxy and square anyway. But here's the D11. So I put some blocks under the tracks because you should be able to walk on the tracks IRL. That's like they have a big ladder for these too, but it's one of the ways you can get up. So here's the D11. So again, mainly this is going to be for just for towing ops. So we can tilt the blade and we can also raise the blade. I think infinite electricity's off now. So this is going to be mostly for like towing ops. I'm going to put a winch on. There are versions of these, like a lot of these, not a lot, but there are bulldozers where they'll do winching ops and, you know. So what we can do is use these to help us get up there. Like Alistair was having to back up everything too. Like we could just quickly throw a quick cable on and just help to tow vehicles up really tough sections of the mine. Like if we go over here, there's a really ugly section of the mine that's pretty dangerous, that if we have a vehicle like this that can help, it's a hell of a lot less dangerous. And so that's kind of one of the goals is I really wanted a bulldozer, but there's not much use for one, and this will give us a use. So like this section here is pretty damn hairy. Like you see it all slopes over to the right toward the cliff edge. And so it's it's a pretty good steepness. So you're coming over this sideways a little bit scary. And then there's a lot of nodes over here. There's all this. This is all on a slope, but like look at all these nodes. So we don't want to miss all this. And then this is really like there's a lot over here. So we kind of want to be able to get over here. A bunch over here. Lots. Some on the wall there. Some more over here. So it'd be kind of nice to be able to take the D11 and use it to help tow people where they need to go. What is that? Loot crate there. I don't think there's much over here, but yeah, the aluminum mine can kind of get hairy, so it's nice to be able to, you know, be able to use the what is this? Let me see how bad this is. I think I've tried this one before, and it's no picnic. Yeah, right here is... Actually, you should be able to make it up here, so this could be another entry area for us right here. Like, this is a little bit steep. It's not too bad. So this might be the other side's entry area. So if we go up here, follow this up here, and then come down either here. So that's kind of the end of the path right there. This is not bad right here either. You can come up here and then head over there. So that's actually not too bad. So this could be another entry area. Maybe we'll work on the map a little bit. Made your steering better? Nice. Thank you, thank you. Yeah, I like the dozer. Let me quickly check something here. All right, so let's go up and let's do this. So let's work on the map. I'd like us all to have a standard edition of the map for mining. I'm just gonna grab as much as I can here. All right, let's work on that. I'll bring up the screen cap in a sec, guys. All right. So let's go ahead and we will do fixed ratio. Let's do 16 by 9. Doesn't necessarily need to be a 16 by 9, but let's do that. All right, so there's the map. And so I kind of want to work on some of this here. Again, I was talking about like putting in danger areas, no-go areas, stuff like that. Let's kind of work on this a little bit. Let's go. I want no. All right, so I'm just marking off the cliff edge here with red tape. That way, you know, stay away from the cliff edges there. Crane prevention stuff. And then this was one of the old areas we were going up, and I kind of like to put a squash on that and stop going up that. That's brutal. There's really nothing over here. Anyway. Where that start point is. I think it's right there, so I actually want to undo that. All right, good. A little funky here what I'm doing, but I have to look at the map and see. Ah, you suck. All right, stand by. I didn't put any of that on a layer. That's gonna be a pain in the dick right there. All right. You suck. All right, I didn't put any of that on a layer, so I'm just gonna do POIs for right now because I already fucked that up. So this is our entry area right here, is entry area. Let's get on that. That sucks that I screwed that up. Redo it all. All right, let's put a layer on. Name the layer so we don't screw this up. This is entry areas. Okay, and let's go. Let's do a transparent green, I'd say. See what that looks like. It's not transparent enough, is it? Let's do opacity, change that. I'm trying to get the opacity. There we go, down. Okay. So all the entry areas here I'm going to kind of post up, and then we know where we're supposed to be going in. Oh, stop. You pain in the ass. Why? Oh, because it's on the layer should have sealed. I don't know. Didn't want to seal. All right, let's do the outline only. Let's draw a filled shape. Rectangle. Let's do a... Okay. So this is the entry area here. That's the main entry area where we're going to be going up. Main entry. Alright, so there's the main entry area for us there. And then let's get, I need to dial these in. So right here, I gotta kind of look at this. So there's this is the upper area here. Let me actually get there. Gotta look at the terrain. Let's catch up on chat here. Yeah, I'm trying not to make it take forever too long doing danger level paths. So, okay, so it's more up this way. So this is, let me see, right here is the entry area for the upper shelf. I took off myself there when I took the picture. All right, so it's right off this beam right there. All right, so let's go back. It's right here is the entry area for this one. Upper shelf. All right, and then the lower shelf. That way, especially if we get some new people, we know where they should be entering here. Here's the lower shelf. Right there, all right. I'll change the, I'll fix the lettering later. Just got the opacity in there so you can still see the contours, but we have the shelf areas there. So the green areas are where we should be going in and out. That kind of, that's the main thing to kind of show what's going on there. Let's get off this for a little bit, but it was good. So one thing I do want to do though is this. So let's look at the add-on editor. Look at the add-on editor. All right, let's find this area here. So, I didn't mean to do that, buddy. Not right now. All right, so let's do this. Smart about this. Cats decided he's gonna annoy me right when I'm trying to do something. Let me sit down there. Thanks, bud. Alright, I want to be able to join this up correctly, so... Okay, it could be there, and then... That's about it, I'd say. So that's about it, I'd say, right there is that area. A little bit off, but here, let's stop that. Give me full, any size, thanks. That's got to be right there on that tip there, so let's keep dragging it a little bit. Probably like that, I would say. That looks pretty damn good. It looks not too bad there. Maybe like that. Let's try to check them, see. That looks pretty damn good. That looks about right. Okay. So what's the number in that one? That is 23.9. Okay. Go really transparent gray, I'd say. Okay, the gray is not enough. Increase the opacity a little bit. Alright, so that fixes that. So that is 23_9. 23.9 right there. Okay, so that's 23.9. All right, so that is the chunk that is on that chunk. So right there, that is where everything goes for that part of the add-on editor. So I've been wanting to do this. This is a big pain in the ass. 23.10. All right, so 23.10. Let's take a picture of this. Oh, stop. There we go. 23.10. All right. So it'll make it much easier for me when I'm doing these loading these sections up. Right, so this is right up here. Should check the zoom rate. The drag's not too bad. Trying to get the water right. That will help inform this. That's about right, correct right there, I'm thinking. A little bit bigger, I think. I gotta get the zoom rates the same, so it's probably good right there. At the top there's off a little bit. All right, let's check that. Looks pretty much spot on the money there. Now let's grab the rectangle again. That's about right. Okay. And that there is what? 2310. Put that on layer 4, I did. Okay, that's on layer 4. So that's 2310. Alright, so this should show me what the zone is. So like I can look at the map, I can say, oh, Citrus is right here. Alright, he's on 2310. That's why I'm doing this, is make it a hell of a lot easier. Right. And then this should be 23.8 here. So 22.9 should be right here. So let's find 22.9. 22.9's right here. All right, 22.9. Let's get a pic of this. Down on layer 3. Pretty damn good there. Go up to layer 4. Let's drop the that's going to be 22.9. All right, we'll pull layer 3 off. There we go. So that's gridded out there. All right, so 22.8 should be up here. And then generally we need the air. Let's do 22.8. 22.8. What? You screw that up? Let me look at my thing here. Why is my prediction wrong? Oh shit. Okay, 22.10. So it should be 22.10. That's often what screws me up, is that seems like backwards to me. 22.10's right here. All right, good. 22.10 right there. Print screen that. There we go. Okay, good. Let's get this to 2210. Go on layer 3. 2210 right here. Okay. Oh shit, didn't mean to do that. There we go. So there's 2210. There we go. It fits in. Now I can drop the layers and set these where I want them. Let's go. What layer am I on? 4? I am on 4. Okay, let's grab this. Like that. There we go. All right, so let's do 24.9. Keep doing that. Give me not to do that. That's 24.9. And probably do this up here in the kept in corners, and then I think we're good. That at least kind of shows me where we need to, and I can bring up the paint file and just overlay, so I can like pop the overlays I don't want on and off of there. That one got put on 3, which is wrong. I gotta fix this one on 3. Should be on 4. All right, and then we'll do 2410. This is much better now. This was frustrating me trying to use that add-on editor all the time. And now it's much less frustrating. I can easily just look at the map, figure out where it is. I don't have to try to do it in my head. Just do it. This one here might be screwed up. Let me look. 3. Okay, no, they're good. All right. So that's 2410. A measuring tool I can use. You can do pixel counts, but I don't want to do pixel counts. I think I might do that, and then I know this one here is pretty. This one would be 2411, and then you move over, so it will be 2511. Should be kept in. So let's check it. 2511. 2511 right there is the corner of kept in. All right, so that's all I really need to be able to just make it easier for me to go through this. But that's that makes it really convenient that it's like, oh, somebody needs one, I can look at the map, say, okay, citrus is where? See, he's right here. All right, that is where he is, right there on this brown spot there. Okay, grab the map. All right, he's on this brown spot here. He's at 24.9. So bingo. Okay, he's over here. He's at 25.9. You know, so that's pretty good. That's helpful. All right, let's read some of this cheat. Let's find. I'll save this and find something to build. Let us see. Where do we want that? The mining map. You know, so I'll do a layer that has all the spots on it too. I think what I want to do next. Let's take a quick break to do something else here. Let's quickly, this dude just asked for help on his boat. Let's take a quick look at that. Need kind of a palette cleanser to figure what I want to do next. So this guy just asked for a problem with his boat. Let's see if we can figure this out. Challenge ourselves to get it quickly. I'll bring up the what he asks here. He goes, I've got a problem with the pump that doesn't want to pump diesel into module engine. You should need one to pump diesel in module engine. Fuel manifold, can anyone help? Here's the workshop link. Look, workshop link. Pretty much at this point, I don't even like really helping people too much if there's no workshop link, because it's like you add to confusion more than you add to help, which is counterproductive. So there we go. Let's see. All right, where's my modular? Holy Jesus. What is this about? A lot of pumps. Okay, that's cool. I was like, well, what are all these pumps? They're cool. That's fine. That makes sense, actually. That's weird, dude. Don't know why you're doing that like that there, guy. So he is passing electric motor up to pump that. What? Very strange. You get an electric pump pumping from here. Where is the diesel? Let's make sure there's diesel in here. There is diesel in here. Okay, that's... What is this about? That looks like a meter. That's the pump going there. Make sure it's the right direction. It is. It's going this way. Then there's another one going up in here into an impeller that is maybe backwards. Let's see. Nope, that's in. That's out. Okay, that's at least the correct direction. Electric there. What's he doing to signal it? He's signaling it there. He has his pump on. Engine activated. All those are good. So they look connected. I'm just trying to see why. It's weird that he has it hooked up this way. That's one, but. So he's going directly on a throttle for the okay. See, this is why I don't get too in depth in these. Where's your air manifold guy? You don't have your air manifold plugged in. What? His air manifold's not plugged in. All right. So I wary to get too deep into this. So what I'm gonna do is we'll send him the Module Engine tutorial series. He's got a lot of steps to get to before he should be where he's at. So we'll add some stuff here. Let's go to I'm trying to find my content here. Playlist. There's Module Engine tutorial series. And he's got a lot of ways to go there. There's a good one on there that shows let's see. Let me go to screen caps. You see. You should not need any pumps for your fuel. on that boat. And the reason I put the that like that is, you know, there are times when you might need pumps for your fuel if you have a very, very long run. He does not have a very long run. His fuel tank is pretty close to his boat. Do not have your air manifold connected at all. Let's just verify that so I'm not talking shit out of my ass. That doesn't make any sense. There's the air manifold, not connected to anything. Fuel manifold is connected right there. Alright, so yep, that would make sense. You don't have your air manifold connected at all. Here is my modular engine tutorial series. They killed the widget because I put something after it. Sometimes it doesn't like popping the widget if you don't do it right. Didn't pop the widget for my guide either, which was annoying. See, it's not popping the widget where it should be popping that link up. It doesn't. You see if a regular link's fine. Steam can be funky with that. Oh, it's because of the series. That's probably what it is. Alright, so like I made a guide yesterday, and the problem is it wasn't popping. It was not popping up the widgets either. Like, it should be popping up a YouTube widget, and should be popping up a Steam Workshop widget, but it's not. So that is annoying. So it's kind of annoying that. I don't know why it's not doing it. I could probably force it with a hyperlink, but no. Still kind of thinking what I want to build. I'm kind of in the finishing stages. Ooh, I want to work in the fish finder. That's what I wanted to work on. I was gonna make a list of stuff I want to work on today. I'm gonna work on the fish finder. But the what was I even gonna say? The D11, I think it's funny. This thing was just that purple brick yesterday, and it shaped up pretty nicely. So D11's work is looking pretty good. I want to make a front loader at some point. You know, big thing is just the logistics. We're, you know, trying to figure out how many mining vehicles do we need to how many transpo vehicles we need. So the problem is, like, you don't want too many transpo vehicles piling up. And then, like, logistically speaking, let's kind of look at the aluminum mine. So, like, from a logistics standpoint, like, if we look at this here, theoretically, we could have one of the mining machines parked here, and then one of the mining machines parked here. You do not want them to have to move, so to put two of them next to each other and then have a truck come up and try to dual fill doesn't make any sense, because the one machine's going to eat up all this and be done relatively quickly and dump. The other machine probably is going to struggle to dump in the back of the dump truck while the other one is dumping anyway. So that's pretty redundant and useless. So what's better is to do kind of what they do IRL, where you'll have one machine set up in one section. So that's how we were doing last time. So you have, like, the rope shovels on this level. It goes along the level. The 6040 goes along this level. And then you have the dump trucks line up to be filled. You know, as long as we keep everybody off break and lunch, we should be good for logistics on that. So that's kind of the thought. The benefit of so let's go back to what was like the whole reason I came over here. So the benefit with a front-end loader is the front-end loader is more maneuverable. And so the front-end loader, for example, let's say the rope shovel is right here, and the rope shovel's eating from this 1, 2, 3, 4 spots. So it's sitting right here. And then we have Alistair in his dump truck right here, parked behind. The rope shovel can be eating, and the loader can drive. It's more maneuverable. It can drive over here and scrape, and then come up and dump an Alistair, and then the shovel then turns and dumps, and then the front end loader goes and dumps. The problem even with that is you get into a situation where the rope shovel is eating these. Now it's moving on to the next set, and bingo, you find out the front end loader's been eating these. So now the rope shovel has to go all the way over here to find fresh stuff that the front end loader is not into. So having too many mining machines becomes a pain in the ass where you're just cannibalizing the spots for one another. And so it really cuts down efficiency because now you're spending most of your time transpo. So that's why we need, you always need a good balance where the rope shovel eats these 4, dumps, moves up, eats these 4, or that's 1, 2, looks like 3, that looks like 5 there, 6, 7, 8, that looks like 8. So it eat these 8 nodes, dump, move up, eat, dump, move up, eat, dump, because you don't want to have to move everything constantly. It's better to sit. So like even a front end loader shouldn't be in addition to the front end loader, should be another feed machine. So for example, you have the 6040 up here eating, you have the rope shovel down here eating, and let's say we put the front end loader over there. So now when a truck arrives, if Alistair is already sitting on me on the rope shovel, and you have Rasmus sitting on the 6040, and then Citrus pulls up with a truck, he would go then to the front end loader. So you'd have them move to the next one. And then let's say Alistair finishes up and he goes, the problem then becomes, well, am I sitting doing nothing in the rope shovel? So, you need a good balance. You need enough trucks moving fast enough and enough mining vehicles. So I don't think we're at a 3rd mining vehicle yet. Okay, that's a good question, Tana. They do not scale up that much. There is a cap out. Let's do a little testing here. Pretty much as far as I'm concerned, I tend not to feel like I need to run a small impeller more than about 7 RPS to get what I'm going to get out of it. That's a good question from Tana up there. Let's do this. Let's load the base plate. We'll actually do some testing on this. I've done some testing before, but it'll be good to do on stream. And I'm kind of between builds right now, so it's good to take a break and do something else. All right, so so the electric motors, I like testing with these. They go up to 19.5. That's their max, so that's where they're going to go. So let's take a tank. Let's take 2 tanks here. I want the large ones. I can grab the large ones, but I want the large ones. All right, so let's go ahead and take an imp. All right, so let's see. What are you? Are you in or out? In. All right, so this is a good question because, again, I see some people that are trying to, make their impeller go faster, 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 faster. That's great until you are making it go faster for no apparent reason. Like, at some point, there's no benefit to going faster because you're not actually moving more liquid. And so let me double check again, make sure this is in. That's in right there. All right, I'm going to put a one-way valve on this. Actually, here, let's do, I don't need a one-way. Let's just do a valve because these will leak. So what I'm going to do is put a valve on here. That way I can close this and we can check our test because if one's pressurized, it's going to start moving liquid early and I'd rather wait. So, all right, so that's that. Make sure this is going the correct direction. All right, that's good. Check this again one more time. And okay, good. So let's take a throttle. And then we'll do infinite electricity. So this one we want to be full of diesel. This one we want to be empty. Doesn't need to be diesel, but there, it can be. All right, let's go infinite electricity on that because we don't care. We care about the RPS value on this. All right, so this tank is at essentially standard atmospheres. There's let's vent. Again, I still see people acting like, oh my god, we got to vent tanks now. It's like, dude, it's literally that and a fluid port. You're done. It's really not challenging. I don't understand why people have this, like, aversion to it. And it makes things a lot more realistic. Which I see some of the same people crying about. They want realism. It's like, dude, it's a realistic thing to have. Okay, so there we go. So that's going to vent. As you can see, it's increasing because of equalizing with the exterior world, which is like 0.998 and change. All right, so that is now ventilated. This is ventilated. All right, good. So the pressure is going down. It's getting rid of the air pressure. We'll go ahead and we'll run this anyway. But if we open the valve here, it's going to go across. But let's go ahead and we'll start to increase this and see where we're at. So there's about 20 liters per second. Let's go full speed there. All right, so that's at 18 RPS, and we're at 13. So let's bring it back. So that's about this. Let's see. Does that change? There's 16. So what I'm trying to do is, it's going to be a hard test to do. Is 18. So notice we're down to 5, and it looks the same. 23 at 5. So about this, a little bit more maybe on that one. So there's 11 RPS. We're gonna be probably empty at this point. Yeah, we're empty at this point. It's hard to test like this. The easiest test is to run air, frankly. So let's run a quick air test. Liquids are tough because you've pumped out your tank and now you're not pumping anything. You could do circulation. Let's just do a recirculation loop. Yeah, we'll do that. So here, let's delete a bunch of shit and I'll do a recirculation loop. That's probably gonna be the best anyway. And then we'll do an air loop. So let's go. Yeah, so like when I had tested before, I found about if you go over like 7.5, you're really not getting any added benefit, just at the expense of, you know, you're wasting energy essentially. And then, especially if you have a small motor, you don't want to be wasting energy. That's why, for me personally, like let's say that latest car I built, it will run at about 25 RPS, and it's down geared to just south of 1. So there's no point in me trying to get it right off the engine. I might as well get it in the down geared axle. So I pull it after the transmission because it's still more than enough that I need. And if I felt it was stealing power, I could actually down gear that itself. So right there, that is direct connect diesel. Let's go. I'm just going to vent this real quick. So this should just do a circulation loop. And then we'll do this one as liquid, and then we'll run an air loop through. Oh, I thought I clicked on flute. Right there. All right, and then what we'll do is we'll do a recirculation loop of just air. Doesn't even need to be a recirculation loop. We'll just make it all the way through. So we'll just grab fluid ports here. Because like this would be, say this is the supercharger for your air on your modular engine. All right, so those are those two systems here. One's air, one's that. So All right, so here you can see, oh shit, get out of the way. Here you can see it's moving about 300 liters per second at 18. So there's 13. So 295. 295, so you can see that that didn't make any change. So let's go down. So 295 at 12. So 295 at 7. So I think 7.5 is what I checked last time, was about where it's you stop getting benefit. So let's go down south of 7.5. 295, we still have it. So let's see. There we go. So south of 7, it looks like we lose effectiveness. Above 7, so I'll put a pit in there. We'll check it out. So 7, I think, is the number I had checked before, around 7. So there's 18,599, right? Let's go down. Let's try to get around 7. So there's 5 RPS, and we're still moving plenty of air. Still moving the same value of air, which makes sense. The air is less dense, so you should be able to move it. I don't know if that's necessarily effective, but... So, like, we're down to 1 RPS, and we're still at 599 liters per second of air there. So there, it dropped off. All right, let's do this. Let's complicate this a little bit. But these are good tests to do because, like, for example, you put too many motors and impellers on your system, you're going to start to, you know, they take energy, of course. That's the whole job, is they're taking energy off your motor, your engine, let's put it that way. Taking energy off your engine to be able to turn the impeller. So ideally, you want to rotate that impeller as little as possible because that's you're putting more power towards what you want it for. So let's go ahead and we'll go number input keypad. Number output motor. Number input, this is going to be RPS. Okay. So let's make this real super simple micro here to test this out. All right, let's go PID. All right, the keypad's going to be our set point. The RPS is our process variable. That will automatically modulate the motor. So it looks like with liquids, which is what I'd kind of found before, is around 7. If you can keep it north of 7, just barely north of 7, you're getting just as much effectiveness if you ride it, if you go higher than that. So that was kind of what I had found before. And again, I pretty much, like, it wasn't a really super duper in-depth test last time I did it. All right, let's grab a keypad. All right, so this way we can set the RPS to right where we want it. All right, so that is all set up. So that should now control this. So control the motor, so we should be able to set the motor via the RPS that we desire instead of the way it was. Let's grab all of you here. Grab that. So this is a little bit more accurate for a test to run it like this. All right, so now we can run this and we can kind of dial it in. Oh, fuck. And then merge something there and merge the motor. All right, so let's say 1 on here. Let's say 1 on here. All right, so we're at 599 at 1. All right, Let's go down to 0.9. 599. 0.8. 599. 0.5. 599. 0.25. So again, I have a pretty low p-value, so we'll see what it comes down to. So pretty much it looks like if this sucker is moving, it is, it's going to give us 599. So pretty much on air, if it's moving, it's going to give us max, because 599 is max value. That's as high as it goes right there. All right, and then on here, you can see we're running only like 69 on there. Giggity. Let's go up to 7. So 7, we're up around the 260 value where we were last time. Let's see what's actually running at right now. Yeah, RPS around. See, it's the p value is too high. Let's play with that p value real quick. Let's get it. Point. Do this. Take a little bit of a time for it to ramp up, but I'm trying to get accuracy here, so gotta play with it and see what it does. All right, so good. This is going to be much more accurate here. Let's go to 7. All right, that's much better. All right. I could probably go 1 decimal place, but this will do it. Right, so you can see now I'm able to get it below the 599 value. So look at how low the RPS is. We're at 0.026, right? So if we go up to, let's say, that's half an RPS there. All right, so we're at 0.13 RPS, and we're around 318. So let's go to a 1. I have a really low p-value. All right, so there we go. So at 0.26, let's go down. All right, so that falls off. So right around 0.26 was giving us maximum. So now we're at 0.239, and we're at 573. So about a 0.26 was giving us max value. So there's 0.25 is giving us a maximum of 599, which is the most air we can ever get. So if you turn your impeller for air more than 0.25 RPS, it's wasted energy. Because like there's 0.25 RPS, right? This is going to be sipping electricity because it's really, really low. If you go to, like, you're going to get the same value likely if you go to 100 RPS or, let's not say 100. 19 is about the max you can get off a motor. So if you went 19, you're getting the same value as a 0.25. You're going to be saving electricity. You're going to be saving power if you're stealing it off your crankshaft. Over here, we're at 56, right? So we want more. Let's say this is our cooling system, right? So see what is that? So all right, we're at 1.85. Let's go up. So I want about, let's see where this caps out. I have a really low p-value on this, so the benefit of low p-value is I can really tune this in, but I have to way overshoot. All right, so there's 295, right? So 295 is max with this setup. So let's go down. Let's go to 35 on that. All right, so there's 9 and a little over a quarter. Let's go 30. All right, so here we're coming close to 7 something. So let's see at what RPS this actually slows down because we're still maxed out. Like we're wasting power because there's no point to go more than that. Let's go down to 25. There we go. All right, so let's go to 27. 27. Keep hitting no clip. Got a gift. All right, so look right there. 7.17, we lose a tiny bit of pump right there. 28. All right, so right there. So notice we're at 295. So let's go 27.5. So we're close. You can see we're right in the money there. So let's see. So maybe 7.25, something like that. Let's keep going down. All right, so 7.24 is still giving us max. That's still giving us max. And there we go. We're starting. You can see we're losing, 2 decimal places off. So like a little bit north of 7.2, and we're at max volume or max pumping. So like you really don't need that impeller moving faster than about that. You're just wasting power, So keep that in mind when you're doing that. All right, let me quickly go back through chat here. But that was a good test. I've been meaning to do that again. I did it quickly when I was first learning the mechanics, and I haven't gone back. Yeah, that's why, like, I get a little bit, when somebody's like, they're trying to run before they can walk. I'm talking about the build that I helped out with there. I just pretty much, that's one of the reasons I started doing tutorials too, is it's much better just to be able to give somebody a tutorial, I find, and be like, you got to go back through and learn some of the stuff. But, and it will help people out. It's like, you can bang your head against the wall for weeks trying to figure that out on your own. It's better to just kind of go and look. Supercharging still works, yep. They broke it, and then they fixed it. Yeah, so for example, when you're doing submarine work, as soon as, like, for example, if you're using small pumps, as soon as you get to 11.45 atmospheres, the pump can't overcome it. So using large pumps for submarines makes sense because you want to be able to get to 60. You're also compressing the liquid at that point up to 60 as well. So if you get anything that exceeds it, the pump can no longer take it. It's a hard stop value. So that's why I tend to use the large pumps myself and submarine stuff. Yep, and the more tutorials, the better. It's everybody learns in a different way, and like I'm not gonna try to teach in a way that I wouldn't teach IRL. Like I was a flight instructor for about a year, and it well, a little longer than that, but it was like kind of having, it's a skill like anything else to learn how to teach things and to make it make sense and to not overwhelm. And, it's tough to take the thing that you know naturally and explain it. So, but it's definitely helpful to the community. The more we can do tutorials. I'll save this. Save this as the, all right. So like one thing, like if you wanted to make this more, which I do. I want to make this... shit. See, I probably can't read the node, you scum. Let me see. See, I can't read flow rates. Unfortunately, like, what I would like to do is set this up where you would say, okay, I want 295 liters per second. And it will automatically modulate the motor for that, but can't really do that. I meant to do a pump test. Like, so here, let's take the same test. And we'll try it with a couple variations here. I knew I was going to miss something. Right there. Not good. So let's plug these in. So those are going to be just 2 tests on these pumps here. We'll show flow rates on those. And then we'll take a large imp on this one. Large imp on this one. You know, the thing with the impellers too is they leak. That's a good thing. It's also not so good thing. In certain situations, it's very good that it leaks. All right, it lets it pass through when you're not moving it. Let's put it that way. Other times, that's not a desirable function. But there are definitely use cases for both. You know, I got to do the video on hydraulics. The devs did ask for more input. Again, people need to start, like, reading between the lines a little bit. And not even, like, you don't have to read between the lines that much. The devs pretty much will tell you a lot of stuff. And they were saying, you know, they're looking for more ideas on what people want. That's something they said last week. And it's like, so I'm going to do my hydraulics video showing how, like, the big thing is you need to demonstrate that they can easily do this without having to add 900 new features and parts, because that, you know, they're concerned about making the game too confusing for new players. You know, I don't frankly care about that from my own perspective of, like, what I personally want, but I do want the game to be approachable for more people from, you know, a more exaggerated perspective. But the you know, the devs do have to care about that. They have to care about whether they're going to alienate the entire community, so that, or alienate enough people that the game is no longer viable. They have to worry about whether or not the game is going to you know, the game is going to be something that the average person can pick up and play. You know, we frankly don't have to really care about that, you know. And so the other thing is they don't want to swell the game file too big. You know, I saw another post of somebody complaining that you know, they're having issues where the game's hanging up at 90. The game, I think, hangs up at 90 because that's when it loads in all the vehicle files. Now, by vehicle files, I even put it in quotes when I put my comments up on the Steam discussions, was, you know, if you're loading in a building in-game of the vehicles, the buildings are vehicles. They're essentially a vehicle, just a static vehicle. That's why it's SV environment, static vehicle environment. So, like, a building is a vehicle. And so at 90%, I think the game is loading the vehicle files. Now, do you have a corrupted vehicle file, whether it be in-game file or not? If it's a corrupted in-game file, it's likely that the last update, a file didn't get downloaded properly. And generally, you can fix that by verifying file integrity on Steam. You know, that's why, like, reinstalling a game, like, people think it's magic when they reinstall a game. It's really not. All it is you're downloading all the files. One of the files was likely a bad copy, and now you have a good copy of the file, and it works. You know, so I think that is a part when the vehicles load in at 90. Now, if you have a potato PC, for some people it takes them like, you know, 20 minutes to load into a game. For me, it usually takes 3 or 4 seconds to go from 90 to 100. It will stop at 90. That's usually a hint to you that the game is starting to load into certain files, and it doesn't bother showing you the progress going to 91, 92. It just waits until it's loaded them all in, and then it goes from 90 to 100 really fast because all the files are loaded in. If you have 28 add-ons, it has to load all those vehicles in, I think, at 90, and then boom, it slows down. If you have a bad PC, could be preloaded on RAM, but if it's slow, hard drive, stuff like that, it's going to take time to load that in. And that's kind of the thing. We don't need this test. Actually, we do. What was we on? 25. All right, so let's run these. These are the simplest tests here. All right, so 295. All right, so look at this. The large pump is not hitting 295. The impeller, the small impeller, was hitting 295. So like here, let's run it up. I think we're at like 25 there. Let's see. Let's go to 30. 20, no, it was 27.5 or something like that. All right, there's 27.5. We're at 295. Okay. Over here, we're at 218. So you'll see people all day long saying how the bigger the pumps, the better. That's not necessarily the case. Again, it's an easy thing to say just use large fluid pumps. Personally, I would rather use this because look how compact I can get this. I can make this a 2x1 and then hook up the pipes. This is big. I would rather do this, but this is not good for, say, submarines because you'd also have to add a one-way valve to make sure it's only going in. So for me personally, that's not my favorite way to do it because I'd have to put a valve in here too. You're going to add a one-way valve, which is 2 slots in line. Now, if you had a long stretch of pipe, you might as well put that one-way valve in. As you can see here, this is pushing fewer liters per second than this is pushing over here. Now, this likely is using more electricity, but again, the motors cap out at 19. So you could down gear your motor to save electricity and then run it, and you probably save some electricity, and you'd be able to get 295 on this. All right, let's look at this one. See what's up with this. Why we get... That's not turning on. Did I forget? Oh, there we go. I had it on. Okay. So if you look at this one, we're at 87.79 liters per second. If you look, the atmosphere is at 21.4. These pumps can only go up to like 11 and change. So what it's probably doing is it's pumping anything that's below that. And, you know, so this one here is not going to be able to do as much. Do air on these, that's on. So here's the air on this one, 599. Look at the atmospheres. Because it's air and it's less dense, the atmospheres are down at 1.5, so we're able to get full air pressure on this. Now you'll see a bunch of people are throwing the larges on there. I don't know why. 599 liters per second. 599 liters per second. I keep seeing people put large pumps on their air intakes. I don't see any reason why you'd do that. You're at 599 liters per second with this. You're at 599 liters per second with this. Now, if you get your pressure up to 60 atmospheres, or more than, say, 11.5, yeah, you're going to need that, but likely you're not going to. So there's no point. So pushing in a large pump, I don't really see too much point. The other thing is you ultra supercharge your engines. You know, you pack in 60 atmospheres of air into your air manifold. You're going to have to put in enough fuel to deal with that, and your engine's going to burn an insane amount of fuel. So keep that in mind as well. Like over here, let's see, I don't have this turned on. Let's go 27. So again, you see over here we're at 599. So that's the other option. Again, this tends to be what I do now. For example, I don't hook it to a motor, but I hook it to the shaft of the engine. And so, as long as you're getting 7, you're getting maximum flow rate on your air for your supercharger. So that's really all you need. And again, when you're, like, say you're idling, right? You're idling at 3.5. You don't need a ton of air being blown in your engine because you don't want to make power. Your whole point is you're sitting there and you're supposed to be idling your engine. You don't need to blow a ton of air in your engine. You don't need to blow a bunch of fuel in your engine. You're sitting there idling. It's probably better you don't, because for all that air, you need all that fuel to be able to burn. You're just wasting fuel as you're sitting there. So there's no point in blowing a ton of air in anyway. So at idle, this will stop spinning, because let's say I'm idle and in neutral. This is going to stop spinning because the clutch is out. And so you don't need to pack a ton of air in. Now, because this leaks, you're taking in just as much air as you need to keep the engine running. Then when you rev up your engine and the clutch engages, this starts spinning at around 7, and you're going to be getting max airflow anyway. So there's no point, as far as I'm concerned, of running pumps into your engine for your air intake. I run impellers, and I run them off the drive shaft, and I have tiny, like that car I built yesterday, 2-cylinder supercharged engines, 2 cylinders, and it has no problem blowing full air in there. So that's what I tend to use now. And then these here, this one here, let's go up on this. All right, I'm actually getting less on this. Let's go 35. So let's go to, just wanted full. I just wanted to make sure this is maxed. All right, so yeah, this is max. So this is at 217, right? This one over here is at 295. Oh my God, why is this one running less liters per second? Oh my God, game broke. No, look at the RPS, 4.3. Look at the RPS on this one, 7.3. Why is the RPS less on this one than this one? Because this requires more power to turn. It's a big impeller. It's going to require a lot of force to turn it, right? Bigger it is, bigger the blades are, the more force you need to turn those impeller blades, right? So the reason why this motor, even though it's at 100, it's at 1, it's being asked to go, the throttle's at 9.9. It's at 1, And so the reason why it's at 4.3 is because the motor is not strong enough. Now, if we strap 2 motors to that, could we get 7? Probably. All right. And we could, and unlikely, I don't think we'd exceed it. 295 seems to be the max, right? So I doubt we're going to exceed the max, right? Here's one over here. Let's go to 30 on this one. And again, there's 599. Let's go down. Let's go to 10. Yeah, so this is, again, we need a tiny, tiny, tiny little bit of RPS. Now, I put these big impellers on my 3x3s, not because I think they're giving me more power. You'll probably see them on my 3x3s and be like, why are those on the 3x3s if they don't give me more power? It's not for power. I put them on for looks. When I have a big engine, I want a big supercharger in there, so I put them on for looks. But you notice, this is at 599. This one is at 599. There is no point in doing this except for looks if you're pushing air. Now, if you're pushing air over long distances, you may want to do it because the pipes are going to fill and you have to pressurize the pipes. And you have a long distance of pipes. So there are going to be use cases, but that's pretty useless. So like over here, let's try this. Let's fix this one. So right here, this would likely benefit from more motors. Because again, you have resistance, right? You have a big impeller here. Likely that big impeller is going to need that more power to be able to turn it. So let's run this real quick and see if we can get them up around the same rate. So let's go 30 on this. And as you can see, we exceeded it for a second. Let's see, it's probably going to go down. Oh, it's actually going lower. Let's see. I have to look at the RPS value. So there's about, it's going to settle out around 295. 295, that's where that one settles. Let's see where this one settles. This one's still going down. Let's see where we're at here. So this split the RPS on there. Let me go up on my number here. I just want full throttle, show you what full throttle looks like. All right, so one hypothesis I can make with this is what's likely happening is we're getting some sort of backflow. That's the only thing I can think of on this one. But like this is, as you can see, I've got 2 pumps going there. They're both at, that's 8 RPS. What's this one? 8 RPS on that one as well. Got 219. This one's pushing 295. The other thing I would think is the piping. This has a lot more piping. That's why for your coolant loops, for example, the more piping you have, the less effective your coolant loops are going to be, because these pipes are going to take some of that, and you have to move it all the way through. And so you could be getting voids in there. So generally, the less piping, the better. You know, so I keep that in mind as well. Generally speaking, the more piping, the less efficiency for cooling. So keep that in mind. How's it going there, Karl? How are you? We'll see you later, Dutch truck guy. Alright, let's see. What is this? What are these? Alright, so let's go ahead. I think I'm going to finish up here. Save this real quick. So, work on some of these builds off screen. But we got quite a bit done. Got the, got kind of redid the tracks. That was something I wanted to do, make sure those were good. Went over the map, kind of worked on the map for the mine. We've got the big man car that I'm going to be working on and off. But yeah, that should be fun to work on. I'm kind of in a rut right now, not knowing what I want to build next. I've got a bunch of builds that need to like finish work, like this needs finish work. That's kind of a pain to just do on screen, just do cockpits. I tend not to like to do that. So we'll come up with some more builds to work on. I'm going to bring Career Build Series back now that fishing is in, and I need to make a new save. So thank you guys for watching. If you guys would like the video, if you did enjoy it, I appreciate that. That helps other people find me. Go ahead and watch those tutorials. Those help me out as well. And comment. And I will see you guys in the next one.